Phoenix here with a big one. Premier League transfers that have happened so far. Tier list. We're going to be ranking them all. Who's going to flop? Who's going to succeed? Who's going to be meh? We'll be going through everything. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. I've put the categories simply: world class, game changers, great, meh, underwhelming, flops. And we'll be going through them all here. We'll begin with the Aston Villa signing. They haven't made many, but Gesand, who they got from Nice, I'm very, very bullish about this guy. I've been researching him over the past a few days since they got him. For a guy his size, the way he moves is crazy. And he's got end product as well. I think he's exactly who Aston Villa needed, entering his prime physical years as well. I'm going with Gesand to be a game changer for Aston Villa. Norgard for Arsenal. He could potentially be there, but he'll just be knocking on that door right there. The only thing with Norgard is... Zubimendi. I'm saying Norgard. Zubimendi. The only thing with Zubimendi is that Partey had... She said no, had a really good season last year. So that's the only thing. Like, Zubimendi will be an upgrade, and he's an absolutely fantastic player. But how much will Arsenal improve? They will, but that's the only question. Gyökeres. I can't see it working out. I was like Doctor Strange. I've been looking at all the possibilities of where we could succeed. And again, it's the same, a little bit kind of similar. Well, no, it's not similar to the Zubimendi one, because he'll get some goals. I'm not saying he's not going to get a lot, but he's just not suited to the way Arsenal play. He can't play back to goal. Look at him. Look at the matches you've seen so far, because I know most of you are Premter, so you may only have seen some games that he's played now. He can't play back to goal. Arsenal could be spending the majority of their games with him needing to play back to goal. He's going to have that space to run into continuously. He's good at that, but I think he's extremely overrated inside the box, and he can't play back to goal. I can't see it succeeding. Will he score more goals than Kai Havertz? Yeah, I would hope so. He should. Will he make Arsenal that much better? No, I don't think he will. As a matter of fact, I think Arsenal will play worse with him in the team. Mega concern. Madueke. I don't need to think too much about it. Chelsea, you must be loving all the way to the bank. How much was it? 45, 50 million? With Arteta, I just don't get it sometimes. I like him, but like when it comes to attackers, the talent ID is just not there. It's just not there. If he didn't find Saka when he first arrived, I don't know where Arsenal would be. Genuinely. I mean, it's crazy. What was the point of signing this guy? I don't get it. I'll never understand it. He's not going to be as bad as Sterling, but he'll be a flop for the price they got him for. Mosquera. The issue with him is the space that he's going to get. He's not going to get much space this season. But, so for this season, it's going to be a meh. He's basically coming in to be a backup to William Saliba. But, if we're looking into the future, I can easily see this going into a great signing. But for now, I'm going to stick... Actually, let's do this mostly on the future. I think he'll work out. Who knows? Saliba could be off to Real Madrid earlier than we may think. You never know. So I'm going to put him in the great. Not this season, but for what he's been brought in and looking into the future, I'm going to put him great. Norgard, to be honest again, for what he's being brought in for, I would say he'll be a great signing for Arsenal. I think he's a player who they have needed, because Rice can't play as a number 6. I've been telling Arsenal fans this for the longest of time. He can't play 6. So I think Norgard, for the price, for everything, the experience he'll bring in, I think he'll be a great signing, yes. Kepa, meh. I think Arsenal should have opted for a taller second keeper, to be honest. He's basically going to be Raya, very similar to Raya. And when Raya inevitably starts messing up, I don't know if Kepa's the guy you can exactly rely on. Petrovic. I told Chelsea fans this and they still hate it. I don't like the guy. I don't. And I think Bournemouth have made a mistake with this one. But We'll see what happens. He had an okay season at Strasbourg. Chelsea fans are making it out like this guy's Peter Czech region. I don't see it. Trafford, he's got big shoes to fill for Kerkes. He's not as good going forward, that's for certain. I'm gonna put him in the meh, just above Kepa. I worry for Bournemouth. I really, really do. In terms of replacements, like I said, not many will be able to fill in Kerkes' shoes, but yeah, meh signing. Now this one is interesting because the Brentford, I would have expected them to go more for experience. Like, I expected them. I expect them to be fighting for survival this season, and with Milambo, I'm not exactly sure if that he will deliver. I think it's going to be underwhelming. He's had one good year so far for Feyenoord. He's still obviously very young. He's good at passing. He can play multiple positions, but I don't think he's going to hit the ground running as much as Brentford fans would hope. So, underwhelming. Same thing here with Coyote. Listen, this guy can't defend. If Brentford are going to play a back three, he'll do okay. If it's going to be a back four, he's going to struggle massively. He cannot defend, I promise you that. So, as a result, I've got him underwhelming. Kelleher, however, is a great signing. Kelleher will be a significant upgrade over Flecken. I never liked Flecken. I don't know why I don't know what Ten Hag was thinking bringing Flecken to Leverkusen. And Kelleher will be a significant upgrade. So I think it'll be a great signing for Brentford. Jordan Henderson, I mean, listen. You know what? Chuck him. He can't even fit into Norgar's shoes. This is one of the most overrated Premier League midfielders of all time. He had one good year in a system that was Jurgen Klopp designed perfectly. I've never liked him. Sure as shit, I'm not going to be rating him at his current age. I think he'll be a flop. On to Brighton. Kustalas. Watch out for this one. Very, very young. Only 18 years of age. Mega potential. Incredibly good movement already for his age. He's quick. I think he's going to be a great signing for the future, just not for this season. Big money has been spent, but I think Brighton have done it again. A game changer, however, will be De Kuyper. De Kuyper, I am in disbelief how, with respect to Brighton, there weren't more clubs after him. I look at Milan, who needed a left back. No idea what the hell they were doing. They end up bringing in Estupinan, who was at Brighton. This is a fantastic player, extremely good going forward. He'll chip in with assists and goals. An FPL dream. Game changer for Brighton. Coppola, listen, similar here. I'm surprised there weren't many Italian teams after him. For the price they got him, I think he'll be a great signing. I'll put him just behind Mosquera there. Eventually, of course, I think they need to move on from Lewis Dunk. And Coppola could be perfect and could be a good partnership that you could develop with Van Hecke. On to Burnley. Okocho. Meh, I mean, listen. Meh, whatever. For the price, meh. Broya, Jesus Christ. I don't get it, man. I don't get this guy. There was once a time where, yeah, sure. Yeah, there's potential there. At this point, Fatty ain't going to become any better. I don't know how he's still in the Premier League with respect. Chachua from Lazio, listen, underwhelming. I don't think Burnley have spent well, as you can see by my rankings here. Underwhelming player. Like at Lazio, he didn't really do much. You know, he has no end product whatsoever. Just one of those players. I think Kyle Walker will be meh. I think he'll be okay for what they're bringing him in for. Of course, past his prime, but can bring in some solid experience. Up next, Joao Pedro. I think this is a game changer. I'll put him right behind Subimendi there. I think this is an absolute game changer. I've always been a big fan of Joao Pedro. His versatility, if he can develop that killer instinct, which I honestly believe at Chelsea he can, with the amount of chances he's going to be getting. We know the rest of his game is already up to par. I think this is a fantastic signing for Chelsea Football Club. Up next, Gittins. I like him. I really like him. I think I'm going to put him right there. Not quite a game changer. But again, I think he's a significant upgrade over Madueke. And I don't know why Chelsea are still interested in Garnacho. That one baffles me. I think Gittins can take his man on. I like him at Dortmund. I think he's going to be a great signing for Chelsea. Up next, Hato. I like him as well. I'll put him right behind Gittins. The only thing with Hato is I don't know how much impact he will have in his first season. Because, well, with Colwell's injury, maybe more than we think. But I think primarily he's coming in also to cover for Cucurella. But we know Cucurella's availability is extremely good. So we'll see. But again, a bit of questions about his physicality that will be tested in the Premier League. But he can come out extremely well with the ball at his feet. Liam Delap. I'm sorry. I'll put him top of flops. Let's put as in like he's not going to be as bad as the others, but he'll flop. Listen, the Chelsea number 9 curse will continue. I watched this guy at the Club World Cup. I wasn't convinced whatsoever. He'll have some games, sure. I think he'll bag, but I don't think he's Chelsea level. I think his next step should have been a club like Everton, or with respect to them, not jump immediately from Ipswich to Chelsea. I think that jump will be too big for Liam Delap. Essugo, I like him, but how much game time is he going to have in an already stacked Chelsea midfield? But I do like him, so I'll put him here, but maybe again for the future. Let's put it this way. Chelsea ain't going to sell this guy on a loss. It could be one of those where they buy and sell for a profit, and I think he'll succeed at the next club, but as a player, I like him, so I can't put him meh. Estevao. Well, we got our first world class. Obviously, not necessarily. He won't be world class this season, but you can already tell this kid moves different. He'll have absolutely no problem, I think, claiming a starting spot for Chelsea. As good as Neto is playing, I think both can play. Neto can go left, Estevao right. He can even play in the number 10 position. I'm extremely excited to watch this guy play for Chelsea week in, week out. And you've got a superstar, Chelsea. I've been watching this guy since he was 14. I've told you guys about him before anybody else did, for a reason. He's got the it, you know. He will be world class. And he's already showing signs. Very good signs already this early. Sousa, underwhelming. I watched him at Torino last year. He couldn't quite claim a starting spot. Biragi came in and he was starting ahead of him. More attacking than Mitchell. He's got a good left foot on him, but I don't think he'll succeed. Alcaraz for Everton, I'll go with Meh. He was good when he came in January, so the impact was there. But yeah, I don't think he'll be much better than that, especially considering a certain individual is coming to Everton. However, Barry. This one will be a game changer. I love this guy. I absolutely love him. I think he is a nightmare for defenders. He needs to work on the end product, but he'll get there with his age. I think this is a top signing for Everton, and this is the number 9 they've been desperately craving. Calvert-Lewin had, of course, that really good season. Beto, extremely underrated, and he'll still have a role to play. But Barry is going to level Everton up. He'll be the best striker they've had since Romelu Lukaku. I can tell you with absolute certainty. Very excited to watch this guy play. Dewsbury Hall. I mean, listen, he's not underwhelming. I again, we'll see if Moyes can get the best out of him. I have high hopes for Everton. I don't like Dewsbury Hall though. Jack of all trades, master of nothing type of player, but I'll put him there behind Gyökeres. Grealish. There's still something to offer there. It's so obvious there's still something to offer. I'll put him right there. I think, at a club like Everton, that link up with NDA and Barry, who is extremely good at bringing others into play, he's not going to get you a lot of goals, Grealish, we know that. But the overall improvement he's going to give Everton, it will be deemed as a great signing. He's only on loan. We'll see what happens. Excited about that one. This is Rash, the Leeds, what's his name? Stash, is it the Leeds defensive midfielder that they bought? Scored an absolutely fantastic goal against Milan. Looks a decent player. I don't know him as well, but he had a good season last season by all the metrics at Hoffenheim. So I'll put him. I'm torn between somewhere here. I'll put him here. I'll put him at great, at the bottom of great. I think he needs to have a big season if Leeds are going to survive. So most of their hopes will be on him. Bijol, underwhelming. He had a fantastic European Championships for Slovenia, but he's so slow. So slow. He got completely outshone at Udinese last season by Solet, and I don't see him succeeding. Perry, however, I definitely think he'll have a great season for Leeds. He's a significant upgrade over Melier for the simple reason he's 196 to start with. That's already all you need to know. Melier, so many mistakes in him, and an absolute hobbit. And good season at Lyon. So I'm excited. Long stuff, I mean, bloody hell. You'll talk about average. We'll chuck him at the bottom of underwhelming. Now, on to Liverpool. Florian Wirtz. He already is world class. And he will be world class for Liverpool Football Club. An absolutely top signing. I'll put him at the very, very top. Frimpong. Flop. Massive flop. If you thought Trent couldn't defend, wait until you see this guy. The only thing that makes him look good is really good recovery pace. He cannot play in a back four. I predict Bradley to be starting ahead of Frimpong. And one other thing, that cringe celebration at the Community Shield yesterday for scoring a goal from a cross, that tells me all I need to know about his character. Kerkes, on the other hand, I like. He'll be a great signing for them. I'll put him right there. In between. The difference with Kerke, he can get caught defensively, but he's a much better defender than Frimpong. Ekitike, right there, right behind Subimendi at the game changers. Ke Jogador. I said in my video for Liverpool that I wanted them to get Ekitike. He's perfect for them. And my God, man, you watch him yesterday. Thierry Henry vibes, peeling off the left, great link-up play. Missed a couple of chances. That's something he needs to improve on, but he's still young and he can develop that. But his link-up play, it's going to be a joy to watch him, Wirtz, Salah, etc. linking up. On to Manchester City, Reindeers. Right here, world class. He already is. For me, he was the Serie A player of the season. Fantastic signing for Manchester City. He'll have a big impact. He looks like he's going to play a little bit more defensive, but he can still chip in with goals and assists as well. Just a beautiful player to watch. Lovely vertical passing as well, which I always like. Ait Nouri will be a great signing for Manchester City. I'll put him right behind Kerkes. A player they desperately needed. Can also get caught defensively, but on the ball, although different to Kerkes, I think he's exactly what Manchester City needed. Cherki, this can only go two ways. Either he's going to be here or he's going to be here. And for me, he's going to be right here behind Joao Pedro. He will succeed. He's too talented not to. All this talk about but his work rate and his attitude and this and that. From what I have seen, there is no way he doesn't succeed at Manchester City. I believe Cherki will be a fantastic signing and he'll give them that much needed spark that they've been missing over the course of the last season. Trafford, I'm not certain about him. I'm not completely convinced, but he'll be better than Ederson. I'll put him at the top of Mechs. In the future, though, it can develop into great, for sure. Ederson's on the decline, so you know how much I've been asking for a different upgrade over there. Nippon, however, this will flop. So much hype about this kid. Let me tell you something. Nobody knows kids more than I. Young, talented footballers more than I do. He will flop. He will flop, mark my words. Jack of all trades, master of nothing type of player. City have been almost perfect in their recruitment, but they messed up with this one. On to Manchester United. Brian Mbeumo, underwhelming. I'll put him there right behind Gyökeres. For the value, for the price that he's being brought in. There's a reason why there's an underwhelming category. So I'm not necessarily saying they'd be worse than Kyle Walker, for example, or Kepa, but for what they've been brought in, factor in that, they're in the underwhelming category. It's very simple. Mbeumo excels when he hasn't got time to think. He's really good at that first-time flicks, when he has to take quick decisions. When he's got time to think, the guy has no brain. And at Manchester United, he's going to have more time to think because they're going to be playing more against low blocks. He's excellent in transition, but when playing against a low block, very underwhelming player. As a result, for the price that he's been brought in, underwhelming category. Benjamin Sesko. We'll put you right there, right behind Florian. Wow. Wow. Que jogador. Obviously, you guys know that have been following me how much of a fan I am of Benjamin. I think he's got all the makings of being a top striker. He's better than Ekitike. He's better than Joao Pedro. He's sure as shit better than Gyökeres. He will be world class for Manchester United. Just aura. Oozes that. A proper number 9. Can hit the ball with either foot. Incredible, outrageous technique. Brilliant size. Quick as well. Oh, my type of striker. Cunha. Listen. Again, for the price and what he's been brought in, he's going to be juggling between these two. I'll put him right here. Somewhere here at great. Again, valuing the price and valuing expectations. The issue I have with he's a fantastic player to watch. Obviously, he's a top footballer, right? You watch him play, you know what he's got. But his end product, he's only really delivered. He's only shown that really in one season at Wolves last season. Robbed at Atletico, he's not a killer. And I'm a believer that you don't develop a killer instinct at his age. It's impossible. So, with that in mind, I'll put him great. You know, he'll show some lovely skills, good link-up play. But he could end up at the meh as well. Diego Leon, what the hell did United buy with this kid? Mark my words. Quote me on this. This guy will be playing for Levante in a couple of seasons at best. Horrific. Get the hell out of here. Now, Ramsdale, contrary to popular belief, I think he'll be a great signing. I think he'll take the numbers 1 spot off of Nick Pope. Nick Pope overrated. Overrated. I can't believe I'm saying this. But yes, I think for Newcastle, Ramsdale will be a great signing. Elanga. Oh, underwhelming. 60-something million. Are we crazy here? What are we doing, man? 60-something million for Anthony Elanga. Newcastle, man. Come on. Tiao. I'd put him right behind Elanga. Underwhelming. Borderline flops, both of them. How can you pay 40 million for a guy like this? I mean, who are these scouts? 40 million you gave to Milan. Congratulations. Bozo. Absolute bozo defender. Just a physical specimen. That's it. That's literally it. No brain up here. Endoy. Imagine Forest selling Elanga and getting Endoy for cheaper. Fantastic business. Fantastic piece of business. Lovely player. Fantastic to watch. Igor Jesus, another great signing from Forest. Questions how many minutes he'll get with Chris Wood. But they have European football as well. He looked extremely good in the Club World Cup when I watched him for Botafogo. I think he'll be a great signing. And again, speaking of Club World Cup, another young player, Jair for Forest. How much game time will he get? Same thing with Milankovic and Murillo. But I'm convinced he'll end up a great signing in years to come. Now, on to Sunderland. Very excited about Sunderland. Diarra, I like him. I like him a lot. Big money was spent, but I think he'll be a fantastic signing. I'll put him right here near the top for what especially the value and importance that he's going to bring to the team. Adingra, like, okay, borderline here. I'll put him right behind Trafford, somewhere here. I like him, but just hasn't quite got that X factor. Leffy, I think he'll struggle in the Premier League. I'll be real. Borderline flop. Obviously done okay in the Championship, but I don't see it. Xhaka. Now this is the type of game changer signing for Sunderland. I'm sick and tired of watching these promoted teams buy children and they're expected to stay up. You need experience. You need the mentality. And Xhaka will bring exactly that to Sunderland. Him and Diarra, watch out. Fantastic partnership in midfield. Up next, Kudus, game changer. Flat out game changer. I'll put him right there above Gesand. Wow. Better than Mpremo for me, better than Cunha. I have no idea why United were not interested in Kudus. And even if you look at Arsenal, I guess it would have been a little bit tougher. But considering they've already bought the rise of West Ham. But again, Madueke, I don't know. When Kudus was available, it's crazy to me. I love watching him play. I think he'll be a fantastic player for Spurs. We still have Reynaldo from Sunderland. I like him. Again, the question is his fitness. If he can stay fit, he'll be a great signing. Matthias Telmose from last season, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced whatsoever. Danso I like. I like Danso a lot. Obviously, these two we've seen already. Palhinha will be great. My only concern with Palhinha is how much is he going to block the development of Archie Gray. That's the only concern I have. Callum Wilson. Honestly, he can back somebody. Like, listen, underwhelming. I like Diouf. He looks like a decent player, but he's also been a little bit overrated. Torn between these two, I'm almost missing a good, not quite great. So I'll put him in meh. Good delivery on him. You know what? Let's put him at the bottom of the grade section. And Kyle Walker-Peters. Again, meh. Meh. For what they bought him in, obviously on a free, it's a good signing. Fer Lopez, flop. Wolves, man. He's still young, but he couldn't really hack it at Celta Vigo. I can't see him hacking it at Wolves either. I'm putting him as a flop. Arias, on the other hand, great signing. I'll put him somewhere here. Yeah, maybe needed another category, but I think he'll be a great signing for Wolves. And these ones are the ones I'm not exactly familiar with. So I'll leave it at that. I'm pretty bullish about these. Let me know anything I've got wrong. Zubimendi's borderline here, but I'll put him right at the top of the game changer signing. So again, I'm pretty confident. Let me know anything that you think I've got massively wrong, anything you're bullish on, and where you would put some of these players if you feel a strong way towards any of them. That's going to be it for the Phoenix. Tomorrow, La Liga transfers, and I'll catch you guys on that one and in the streams later tonight. Phoenix, out.